special. It's something that I won't take for granted, and I'll do everything in my power to make everyone proud, and including myself, of course.
Virgil, good to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Got to start with congratulations, new captain of this fantastic football club. How does that feel? Must be a proud moment for you.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I've mentioned it many times in the last couple of weeks, but it's special. It's something that I won't take for granted, and I'll do everything in my power to make everyone proud, and including myself, of course.
Well, look, I've loved seeing you lift trophies for this football club as a Liverpool fan, but going to roll it back a few years to the year you won PFA's Players Player of the Year. All the interviews I do speaking to former winners start the same way. Where does that rank for you? How much did it mean to win that individual award?
It meant a lot.
Yeah.
I think more because of the fact that you got chosen by your fellow peers. You know, it's the guys there that know exactly the hard work you put in each and every day, the standard of the league, the games, and the amount of quality there is in the Premier League, and that you get chosen then as a defender as PFA Player of the Year is something special. And obviously we've seen over the years it didn't happen too many times that a defender wins it, and it was a very, very proud moment, and definitely ranks pretty high up in the personal achievements that I've did in my career.
Yeah, not many defenders at all in the Premier League era, just recently only yourself and John Terry. But that patch of your career, you're second in FIFA Best, second in Ballon d'Or, PFA Player of the Year. How did you feel going into games? Because I've spoken to a lot of forwards, Thierry Henry, about their mindset during those golden patches. How did you feel as a defender? Did you feel unbeatable?
Yeah, obviously at times you do, but you know, I'm still a player and a human being that respects the qualities of each opponent that I'm facing. So it's not that I'm going into games and thinking, listen, you have no chance against me. I will definitely try and do that, but I will always have the respect in some ways in my head that obviously all the players that I'm facing, especially in the Premier League, you know, they are full of quality. They're Premier League players, the best league in the world. So, but yeah, like I said, you know, I've definitely had moments and still have moments where I feel like, listen, there's no chance you're gonna beat me, and that should be the thing anyway with any defender, and I definitely have that as well.
When you look back to that season, is there a performance, a game, a moment where you felt you put in your best display, or you look back on and think that was the best version of Virg that day?
It's difficult to say because obviously we speak in our Premier League, but I think overall, you know, I think the most important thing for a football player is being consistent, and you know, make sure your level doesn't drop each and every three days. When you, especially the first part of the season, you play almost every 3 days, and that's what happened. You know, that level of consistency, you know, was almost taken for granted at a certain point, but it's the most difficult thing to do, and you see it. You know, some players have, you know, fantastic moments throughout a season and then have a bad patch, and that's what's normal as well. That's why I think the consistency and that I showed, especially that season, was from a different level.
Well, look, you're in a real good squad of Dutch players to win. Bergkamp, Van Persie, Viv Miedema, Ruud van Nistelrooy. We actually travelled over to Ajax to interview Van Persie, and I got a little video to show you.
It's Feyenoord, you mean?
Yeah. Well, this is actually in Ajax.
Yeah, he's also the best defender.
Wouldn't have fancied him in the Premier League now.
No, not now, but actually we did train together. A funny story. And that was early days when he was with Groningen and Celtic. And then I did fancy him in training, but those days are long gone. So yeah, no, he's
let you score a few, did he?
Yeah, the early days, yeah.
Remember those days when you look at this group of players from your country to be part of? It must be a great feeling.
Definitely. Obviously, if you look at them, there's not one defender.
Yeah.
So obviously that's already quite a special achievement. But yeah, obviously, you know, Ruud, fantastic striker. What you've achieved at United, you know, obviously Van Persie, Bergkamp. Well, obviously also Miedema, you know, she's been doing very good for the women's football, and also growing the women's football as well. So it's good to see, and we should all be very proud of ourselves, and I'm definitely I am proud of myself.
Did you look up to, I guess, the older players here, the Bergkamps, Van Persies, Van Nistelrooys? Were there people you were watching, aspiring to be in the Premier League?
Well, everyone aspires me if
Yeah.
who's playing at the highest level, and that doesn't just mean the Dutch generation, but
Of
just
course.
you can learn so much from each and everyone who's playing at the absolute highest level. And you know, if we look at these guys, you know, they've performed on the absolute highest level. And obviously, I have worked with Ruud in the national team when he was assistant coach. Obviously, I've played with Robin as well, and you know, you can pick so many things up from these guys and take it into your own game and take it into your own development as well. So that's the beauty of learning each and every day and never get bored of it either.
And moving it away from your country, Liverpool, highly represented. Obviously, Mo,
Yeah.
got John Barnes, Kenny Dalglish, Ian Rush, Steven Gerrard, Dermot. It's a good club to be part of, and clearly gets winners of the PFA's Player of the Year award. How does it feel to look through this? Some of the greatest players to put on a red shirt.
Yeah, you know, listen, it's special, you know. To be in the history books anyway of this beautiful football club is something that I would have dreamed of when I signed for the club, and it means a lot more being a Liverpool player in some way. So I'm really, you know, proud of it, and yeah, it's a good combination. It's a good group of players that can make a very good team, I think.
And we spoke to Mo when I brought him his trophy, one of the few to win it twice. He says he kept a blank space in his house because he wanted to win a second one. Where's yours at home? And then secondly, this guy, having him on your team, it must be amazing knowing that you've got someone who's so consistent and wins games the way he does.
Yeah, no, of course. Obviously, my trophy is somewhere with all my other individual trophies and also with the actual trophies that I've won as well. So I've got a good space for that. And on Mo, yeah, obviously incredible. You know, it's as a winger to produce the numbers that he's done, being so important for the football club over the years, the consistency, especially what we spoke about earlier, you know, is something that is special, and you know, those players don't come often around, and he's with us, and I'm very glad he's with us as well.
When we spoke to Steven Gerrard, he said that Virgil Van Dijk said you'd transformed the football club since you came in. Words from someone who epitomises the red shirt, Liverpool legend. When you hear things like that, how does it make you feel?
Proud, like obviously that was the plan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean a plan always work out. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. Obviously, we won every trophy that, you know, we could have won over the years, and that's something obviously I would have signed for immediately. You know, at the start when I signed, and the success have been coming not only because I obviously joined the club, but obviously with certain players joining the club and the whole dynamic within the club, the fans, the manager, the team. So it's a whole together thing, and I'm very glad that I played a big part in that as well.
And to look at some other winners that you're part of, it's 50 years this year, 50 years as a PFA award, so I guess a good chance to look back at the history. Players like Thierry Henry, your friend Kevin. Every time I speak to you, you've got nice words to say about De Bruyne. But out of this pile, John Terry, one of the only defenders to win as well. Out of these, look like it's an outrageous team to be part of, a group. Is there any of these you wish you'd played with?
Yeah, obviously Thierry.
Yeah.
You know, he's someone I definitely looked up to when I was younger. The whole presence, the goals, you know, when you see him standing, it looked like he's like 2 meters tall and like a bit of a superhero status. And obviously over the years, you know, we bonded a little bit. I got to know him a little bit better, and then, you know, he helped me a little bit as well with certain things. So I would have definitely loved to play with him. Obviously Kevin, we mentioned Kevin.
Yeah. Any forwards there which you think you'd have had to be on your absolute A game? They're all world class. But is there one you really wouldn't have?
I think all those pictures, they obviously won the PFA. So I think that those seasons you didn't want to face them really. But yeah, you know, it's Thierry is definitely one of them, and obviously Cristiano with everything he achieved, Rooney. But you know, you always have to back yourself as well. But you know, to be in this group of players, you know, is something that I really I don't take for granted, and it should deserve the respect that it gets.
Well, Virgil, good luck this season, but
Thank you
also
very
a
much.
big congratulations for being part of PFA 50 and the
you very much.
2018-19 winner of the award.
Thank you.